Right, hello everybody. This is, just let me turn this down a little bit. I think you can still hear me fine with it turned down. There, it's the microphone. This is a brief finalisation of what I've been speaking about. Sorry, I've been up all night. It's a brief final summary of this playlist, of this chapter, of this introduction to gaming with Bastion the game. This is Paddy Plays Bastion, and now we're moving on to the final dungeon and how to beat the target. So we've got there, and now we need to beat the opponent. We need to beat the final opponent to get to the next stage of the game. Otherwise, we simply won't get to the next stage of the game. It won't happen unless it's an optional boss. It's an open world game, etc., etc., etc. But then you're still basically going to want to do that. You have to kill the boss at the end of the game. Otherwise, you're not going to beat the game. So yeah. That's it basically. We're moving on to what I'd call the final dungeon of this section of the game, and I think there'll probably be a boss at the end of it. There may be something else, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how this game works 100% yet. It was a long time ago I played it. So yeah, this is Paddy Plays Bastion, everybody. Okay, cheers, here we go. Let's turn it up again.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people.
One second.
But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Right, before we go anywhere else, in the context of video games or computer games or whatever you want to call them, I would always suggest that you use a PS4 controller. It's the best controller. It's the best way to play games. That's just the way it is. You do also have pro controllers if you really want one of them. I'd recommend just the normal controller, to be honest. Always have it wired in, unless you're just sitting back on the couch, but you're not really going to be one doing that. I'd suggest having it wired, actually physically wired into the controller, because the response time between the controller and what's going on the screen will be even quicker. See, well, yeah, there's lag on it. You don't want that. Have your controller wired into the console, and then you want, regardless of whether it's 4K HDR and whether it looks pretty or not, etc., you always want the console to be running at least 60 frames per second. If the screen's not running at 60 frames per second, then you can't really see what's going on. That's just sort of the way it is. And so you've got that. You've got a PS4 Pro. You've got a normal television. With the PS4 Pro, the screen on a normal television actually looks a lot brighter, and there's a lot more fine tuning around the edges. It's actually quite a nice setup to have. It's really not bad. And if you can ever get one, which I'm probably going to do when I invest in this 4K HDR monitor, it will be from BenQ. Try and get one, if you can, that runs at 1 EMS, which basically means that it runs at, I believe it's 1/100th of a second or something like that, 1/100th of a second, with the response times between your input to the controller and what's actually happening on the screen. So basically, you want everything that you're doing with the controller to be hitting the screen as you hit the controller, and this is the best way to play video games and the best way to win and beat video games and computer games, and that's just it. So yeah, okay, let's get on with it.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. He ain't all that shy. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zulf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Ah, so about all that.
The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Oh.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Oh, I see.
Words can't express what happened, but they're
Right, let's
all
do
I
this.
got.
I'll just double check that our arsenal and everything's okay before we go into this. Right, so we got that and that, yeah. Let's check if we can upgrade anything now. I doubt we'll be able to. I'm going to do it on the bow. Oh, we might be able to actually. That one, bow. Right, so we can either do the bow or the sword. I actually think we'll do the sword for now.
Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Attacks triple. Attacks deal damage over time. No, we don't want that. We want everything on critical hit. Chance, critical hit, critical hit, critical hit. Yep. Okay.
We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
Cool. An expedition team aiming to use a tame the lands, but went missing. So what's the time? I believe got at least 40 minutes left.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Oh, these are quite good.
Know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. Good thing pin cushions can't see where they're shooting. Pecker's got the core. They're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon.
So this is a very flimsy way to play the game,
By now,
everybody.
kid's got more needles
Extremely
in it than
flimsy way to
stab
play the
wound.
game.
They shouldn't have let the guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight.
You can't walk as fast, you can't...
Wallflowers survive the Calamity.
Just don't.
Best take it real slow when pin cushions are afoot.
fun nonetheless.
Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion.
Don't bother them.
A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them. Kid's roused up half the wild by now.
Going.
Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched.
See,
Not by
look.
me, by a lung kid. So many folks lost forever in the wilds, and lung kids
So,
ain't.
yeah.
In time, we charted the wild unknown, but we kept the name. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Know what's better than having a slinger
We
pistol
will
in a
take them
fight?
just in case for later on.
Having
We don't want to lose them.
savage things lurking at every turn. Pincushions ain't the worst of it either. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. The wilds drag him down.
No, I do prefer the machete.
They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another.
There's no
He
reloading
digs
time
his
on it.
way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight.
Okay.
Wallflowers survive the calamity. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad. The Calamity must have scrambled their eggs.
Right, it's about timing.
Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no,
This might be the boss.
it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The Calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zulf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zulf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zulf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Maybe there's not bosses in this game, everybody. Yeah, that may be it. Just quiet though. God. Okay, right. Missing shield, trip line. Okay, so why can't I use that? Oh yeah. Put your weapon first. Don't want that. I want the war machete and the bow. And that. Money yet, so we'll just tell you what, we'll just upgrade our bow. So we'll go to the shrine, shove both of them on, and try and make some quick money.
Third time's a charm, right? Wrong.
And that's us pretty much set for the rest of the game, everybody.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Oh, he flashes.
The past catches up with a kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
I seem to.
What was I saying? Anyway, fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
Might play that soon. Oh, hello.
The past don't matter for nothing now.
Oh shit.
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of.
When we started that, I does. I don't think I got more money for that.
Ever tell you how the kid got himself wrapped up in this mess to begin with? Up with a kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. His old man, but mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. What was I saying? Anyway.
We're doing quite well.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. The past don't matter for nothing now.
Back to Bastion. Unlocking upgrades in the Forge custom, but switching between upgrades is free. So just check what this is. I have no idea. No, it's probably one of the gods. It's probably the gods going down there. Yeah, it's a different part of the game. We'll work that out another time. Okay, so right now, so what we got on the arsenal, we have the War Machete, the Breaker's Bow, and the Graver Slash, which, unless there's a better one than the Graver Slash for the War Machete, I think we'll probably be keeping that, considering I don't even think it can cut through even the toughest armour. Yeah, I reckon we'll probably be keeping that for the rest of the game, unless there really is anything that is a lot better. Forge. Something stringy. Can't get it yet. Why can't I get my money yet? Where's my money? Thought I had some money. Oh, maybe you have to complete the whole thing to get the money. That's probably right. Shit, what am I gonna do? That's rather irritating.
Never could ask for a song.
Right. So we'll have to do that in the next video. Basically, so that was that. So yeah. So the Forge. So we've got everything here. We've got the critical, everything on critical for the War Machete. We've got 50% damage plus 25% draw speed, and that is another. That's another 25% draw speed on that one. So we'll have the Breaker's Bow and the it's maxed out as far as I can see at the moment. I'm not sure if they max out any further. I don't think they do. and then we'll have them maxed out, and that'll be what we have for the rest of the game, and that's the foundation of the game set up for this, probably for the rest of it. Alright, fantastic. Okay, yeah, so thank you very much, everybody. That was the final video in this little clip of the series, and yeah, we'll be making more videos and posting them on my vlog, actionfilm.camera, and YouTube, etc, etc, and yeah, that's it basically. Okay, thank you very much.